A whole crew of them out there. Read between the lines, audience. There's a crew of them out there between the ages of 48 and 54 that. Oh fuck! I'm looking. I see you.
I know what you're talking about, eh? Keep going. Keep going. Please. Please.
I instantly heard you. And I looked to the side. I was like, oh, I'm on the wrong route.
He was leaving it right there for him.
Okay, never mind. Forget it. I'm just saying that's the age 50 and up. There's a crew of them out there where it's like, we've watched y'all for the last 30 years. So we've watched you make poor decisions. So now you're single and you're alone. And you still don't maybe speak to it. You speak to it like, oh, I'm right where I want to be. And I don't hear them at 34 come to this realization and share it. I don't.
Hey everyone, hope y'all are doing good. Now hold up, what you just saw right there was a clip pulled straight from the latest episode of the JBP over on Patreon. Now if you didn't catch the full backstory behind that moment, listen to this. The whole conversation was actually sparked by Ari Lennox after she sat down for an interview where she got asked if she had ever truly experienced heartbreak. And girl, she straight up admitted yes, saying that after just 2 weeks of talking to someone, he actually broke her heart. Yeah, you heard that right. 14 days, that's it. So naturally, the guys went in on her, clowning the situation a bit, and honestly, you won't believe this, but they kinda had a point, because she never even met the guy face to face. Everything was happening over the phone non-stop. It got so intense that she was reportedly showing up to interviews exhausted while promoting her album, which I believe is called Vacancy. From there, the conversation slowly drifted away from Ari Lennox specifically and turned into a bigger discussion about women and dating patterns overall. They started touching on how some women tend to overlook the nice guy early on, only to circle back later in life. You know the type. They're outside in their younger years, chasing excitement, drawn to bad boys, even dudes with questionable lifestyles. Then time flies fast, and before they even realize it, they're suddenly in their mid-40s asking where it all went. That's when the mindset shifts. That's when the dating preferences change and the priorities start looking really different. Now here's where it gets interesting. Joe then throws a little shade toward Melyssa Ford. And the reason behind that is because people have watched her over the years dating athletes, wealthy men, high-status guys who, let's be real, never fully committed to settling down with her. So now she's in her 40s, single, living her life with her dog, not even trying to be messy, just stating how it looks from the outside. It kind of gives off the impression that if she could rewind time, maybe she would move a little differently. But to be fair, she doesn't present herself as someone full of regret. In fact, if you've been keeping up with Melyssa Ford, she's been very vocal across multiple podcasts and platforms about how fulfilled and happy she is. She consistently talks about being content as a woman in her late 40s who doesn't rely on a man for anything. And interestingly enough, one of the clips she recently posted just a few days ago actually speaks directly to that mindset. So if you missed it, don't worry, I got you. Here it is.
Women who are adopting this and feeling this and having a love life and being super proud of themselves, and maybe they're not necessarily asexual or closed off to the idea, but they're also not searching for it. And that sense of dignity being kind of the grounding principle that informs whether or not they even allow something to take up their time, because they have many other things that they love that their time is filled with.
I found myself in this huge community of expats, you know, women of color who have basically left the U.S. and their primary residence is Tulum.
Love that for them.
Oh, child, their lives are lit. Okay? Like one of my girlfriends, Tamiko, she rolls around on a pink ATV. Like that's her primary source of transportation. And, you know, it's just like, they've curated the lives that they want for themselves. They were in the rat race here in America. You know, they had the big houses, fancy cars, marriage, kids, the whole nine. And they were like, this is not fulfilling. This ain't it. And they just basically started the slow progression towards this being their lives. And now they're all there. And I was just like, I want to come. I gotta figure this out, how I can be here regularly. And I just thought it was like so incredible to just watch. It's the decentering of men. That's really what it is. On a large scale, women have decentered men and really started to focus and enjoy their lives without feeling like there's a penance for it, or you're gonna get the lonely cat lady label. Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, check this out. So it really does seem like Melyssa is genuinely content with where her life is right now. But hold up, how do you feel about Joe throwing shade at Melyssa Ford? I mean, he didn't actually say her name, but listen to this. When Joe cracked that joke about women in their late 40s to early 50s, Mark Lamont Hill literally chimed in like, "What are you talking about?" in a Canadian accent, no less. So you can't even front and tell me that shot wasn't aimed at Melyssa. The guys were straight up laughing at her and her current situation. But like I said, what's your take on this? Because I gotta be honest, I went online and oh my goodness, people were absolutely tearing Joe apart. It was brutal, a total massacre, because folks started bringing up Joe's own life. They were pointing out that he isn't married and that he's stepdad to a bunch of kids who aren't biologically his. Now don't get me wrong, some people thought it was funny and a few even agreed with him, but for the most part, aw man, the comment sections were straight up disrespectful. And mostly, people were just wondering why Joe and his crew keep dragging Melyssa Ford into this, because she has moved on. Even when she gets asked about Joe or the podcast, she keeps it minimal, just throwing light shade at any woman would, but she moves on. She's not out here chasing clout or numbers, she's really just doing her own thing. But I can't exactly say the same for the JBP crew. Like I said though, I really want to hear how you guys feel about this. And don't forget, make sure to like this video.
Partner is the best bet. Do you feel a sense of disillusionment from it? Or what would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
I don't know if I've really had an intimate relationship with a man in my entire life. I dated men of means, so I started flying by PJ and staying in, wonderful hotels and incredible suites and traveling the world. And it just rings so hollow because then you'll see those same guys do that for other girls kind of thing, It's just men's with means that's nothing.
I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship.
And don't let me say that being like all rich men are pieces of shit. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
However, I've dated enough of them that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. And you know what rich man syndrome looks like?
What?
Somebody got to get that. Fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, riches take wings. The only thing to endure is character.
Thanks so much for watching. And hey, don't forget to smash that subscribe button.